Hello class, and welcome to section 4.6, which is about writing and solving equations. In order to be able to write the equations that we're going to use to solve, you're going to want to pay attention to a list of key words that could be involved in the structure of the word problem. So this first box shows adding words, then subtracting, then multiplying, then dividing. This is not a completely comprehensive list. This is just a list of things that you might commonly see. So there are other words that stand for each of these different four operations, but this is a group of the keywords. The one thing I do want to comment on here is the phrase less than. So this phrase less than we need to pay attention to because while it does indicate subtraction, it means something special with subtraction. So if I say 5 less than 10, we aren't writing it as 5 minus 10. We write 5 less than 10 out as 10 minus 5. So if you see the phrase less than, whatever number is before the word less goes after the subtraction sign. Again, whatever number is before the word less goes after the subtraction sign. So, for our first word problem here, we've got 48 times the sum of x and 14 is 96. So we're going to go through and break this down piece by piece. First, it says 48 times. So 48 is going to be multiplied by, the next piece says, the sum of x and 14. Sum means adding, so we've got x plus 14. Now, right now, as we're reading it, it says 48 times x and then plus 14. But we want to make sure 48 is being multiplied with the whole sum, so we need to put parentheses around it. So 48 times, and then we've got that sum, that adding piece, and then the word is means equal, so we've got equals 96. So 48 times x plus 14 in parentheses equals 96. Now we're going to go ahead and solve this equation. We have multiplication and we have addition, but the addition is inside the parentheses, so we're going to deal with that last. So the first thing I need to get rid of is this multiplying by 48. So I'm going to divide both sides of the problem by 48. When I do that, that leaves me with x plus 14. Now, since it's the only thing, we really don't need these parentheses anymore. So x plus 14 is equal to 2. Then I have the addition that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides, and that's going to give me x is equal to negative 12. So my final answer is x is equal to negative 12. So I wrote the problem based on what the word said and then used SAD MEP to solve. Our next problem here says 18 less than 7 times a number y is equal to 80. So we've got the first part which says 18 less than. Remember, I said with the phrase less than, it is subtracting, but the number in front, so 18, goes after the subtraction sign. Then the next part says 7 times a number y. In order to show 7 being multiplied with y, we're going to say 7y. And then the equals 80 part is pretty straightforward. It's going to equal 80. Now that we have our equation written, we're going to go ahead and follow SAD MEP to solve, with our first step being adding 18 to both sides. When I add 18 to both sides, I am going to get an answer of 98. So we've got 7y is equal to 98. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish my problem by dividing both sides by 7. And I end up with an answer of y is equal to 14. Go ahead and try this one on your own. 4 more, that means we're adding 4, so you can either have plus 4 at the end or positive 4 at the beginning. And then we've got 3 times the number x, So we've got 3x is equals, and then negative 26. Either way, your first step is subtracting 4 and then dividing by 3. Both setups give you an answer of x is equal to negative 10. Some of our word problems are going to be a little bit more complex and are going to have a little more information in them. So this first one says Taylor saved D dollars last month. So that's going to be an important piece of information for us. And then it says this month she saved 8 more than last month. So during the 2 months, she saved a total of $144. We're trying to figure out how much she saved last month. So last month, we have D dollars. This month, we have 8 more than the amount she saved last month. So to show 8 more than that, I have to do last month plus 8. Now, it says we're looking for a total. If we have total, that means I need to combine these two answers. So D plus 8, and my total is 141. I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. Since there are 2 D's, I can simplify it to say 2D plus 8 is equal to 144. Now I'm going to continue solving by subtracting 8 from both sides of the equation. And when I do that, I have 2D is equal to 133. And then to finish the problem, I need to divide both sides by 2. And that is going to give me a final answer of last month she saved $66.50. So we have to read the problem, make sure you're picking out all of the details. It might involve a little setup off to the side before you write the actual equation. Once you have the equation, then you are able to solve it. Go ahead and try this one on your own. So we know that Hannah has 24 stickers. This, the 24, is 6 less than, remember that means the 6 comes after the minus sign, and then twice the numbers of stickers, n. So they asked us to use the variable n. I accidentally changed it to x. But that doesn't change how we solve our problem. Adding 6 dividing by 2 gives us that Jane has 15 stickers. If you have questions about this or anything else from the lesson, please let me know when you get to class.